Hello, my name is Colin, and I'm obviously a man. And I am in search for the perfect man makeup because we all want to look our best, right? So I just got into this realm a little bit ago. I've watched a lot of makeup tutorials on YouTube in the past and have really enjoyed those, but have just recently got into makeup for myself. And obviously, as a man, you don't want it to look like, I guess some guys do want it to look like they're wearing a lot of makeup, but I think most guys want it to be pretty unclockable that they're wearing makeup. And so that has been my journey to find that perfect combination of makeup that looks like you're just looking fresh and you're looking your best, but you're not like caking on foundation and all that stuff. So anyway, today we are going to be trying out I've been using the Fenty Beauty, I think it's called the powder foundation, the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Soft Matte Powder Foundation. And I've been using this for a while, so I have my thoughts on it. This is what it looks like. It is a little bit used. So the one thing that I do notice, in this, I'm in shade 290, which is, I think, like an olivey, I have olive skin, so I've found that I try to go for the powder foundation, because powder foundations are very light, and I'm kind of oily, so I like kind of a matte finish. So anyway, so the only thing that I have noticed about this powder foundation is that the product in here, oh, I just lost my sponge. The product in here, it kind of gets caked in the pan. And so I have to take like a sponge, as gross as it, I use a clean sponge. I have to take a sponge, the rough side of a sponge, and kind of rough it up a little bit to get the powder off. I think, I'm almost due to do that again. Some is coming off, you can see, but so that's the only thing that I've noticed about this powder that I don't really like. But so we'll get into applying it, and then I will show you how I apply it, how I figured out how to apply it, how I'm applying it now. I don't know if I'm doing it the best way. Again, this is a journey, but we'll apply it together, and then I will take you throughout my day and do check-ins to show you how it wears. Now, I use other products that go with this that I found to be very helpful. So we'll just go ahead and start. So anyway, all I've done is I've taken a shower, and all I've done is put on toner. I use the Fresh Rose toner with the cotton pad, and I'm currently using the Drunk Elephant, the peptide, like the one in the green jar. That's the moisturizer that I'm using because it's kind of light for summer, and I told you that I'm a little bit oily. So that's all I've done to my face currently. So what I like to start with is the Tatcha, what is this? This is the Tatcha Silken Pore Perfecting Sunscreen Broad Spectrum. So this is what it looks like in the tube. And then I'll show you, it's a little scary because you think that it's gonna cause like a white cast. If you're not used to primers or sunscreens, like a really white sunscreen or primer like this can show like a white cast if you're taking pictures, and sometimes it doesn't soak into the skin. I have been liking this. It's $65 for this tube, which you get 2 fluid ounces, so it's really expensive. So I'm trying to find something that, and I'll put this on while I'm talking, I'm trying to find something that is a little bit more cost effective, because that just seems like a lot to me for, the base. Like, this is just I want to use sunscreen because the best way to look your best is to protect your skin. So I've been using a sunscreen for the last 3 or 4 years, and so I've been trying to find the best one. I like this one, but it's just so expensive. So I just don't know. I'm trying to find another option. Hopefully I'll find another one for you guys that works just as well. But this gives like kind of a creamy base for the powder foundation to stick to. So I've liked that about this. So I just try to rub it in as well as I can. Get it nice and soaked into my skin. So this is gonna be your base. And then we're just gonna go ahead and do the powder foundation on top of it. But you really wanna make sure this is rubbed in. Okay, so my skin definitely feels hydrated. It feels a little bit, not sticky, but like it's got moisturizer on, you know what I mean? It's like it's still kind of wet. And that's how I want it to be before I go in with the powder foundation. So another thing that I'd be using, because this stuff is really good, but again, my skin is oily, so the oils tend to come through a little bit. So what I've been doing is using the Smashbox Photo Finish Pore Minimizing Primer. And this I was using before. I would do just moisturizer, sunscreen, and then this. And what this does is this kind of minimizes your pores down here. If you just put it here, and then it also helps control oils if you're oily. So I've been using this a little bit recently, so I'll show you throughout the day how it works. It has been helping keep my face not so oily along with this product. I know we're getting to a lot of steps here, but I'm trying to find the perfect combination. But if you use this all over your face, like if you squirt this on your hands and if you like rub it all over your face, sometimes it can pill up or ball. If you know what pilling means, it'll like ball up on your face. And then you have like little chunks of primer. So what I like to do is, so I'll put just a little bit on my fingertips. And then I like to rub it in between my fingertips to warm it up a little bit. And then I just like to press in the areas that I get kind of oily or that I just want to keep. So I just want to press it in a little bit on my nose. Right here is where I get really oily. And so this definitely helps. And it also kind of, like if you're looking for really light, and you don't want to do like a powder foundation or anything like that, this can be a good option. Like you could just do your moisturizer and then this, and it'll keep you matte. And it definitely, I don't think you can see, but it definitely kind of masks the pores a little bit in here and just kind of like filter. It's like kind of putting a filter on your face. So you filter a little bit. So anyway, so I do that. So then I go into the Fenty Beauty. So I was doing it with a dense brush like this. So this is really densely packed. And I've noticed that didn't help with the caking situation in the pan. So I switched to a pretty fluffy brush. Now I don't have like a large assortment of brushes, but a large fluffy brush seems to be better application for me. And this is the Morphe G7. I don't think they sell this anymore, but I just like the handles. So anyway, so this is the brush that I used. You can use any big fluffy, like I think this is called a powder brush. Like if you're doing like loose powder, if you're doing actual makeup, this is called a powder brush. You're just a big fluffy brush. So what I like to do is get a lot of product onto the brush. And this seems crazy, but again, it's kind of caked down there. So I'll put a lot on the brush, if you can see that, because I only want to dip once because I don't want to make it more cakey. And so then what I'll do is I'll dab first and then I'll start blending it around. Because if you start swiping, like it's gonna be a little more intense where you start swiping. So I dab here under my eyes because that's where I want the most coverage because my dark circles and right here. So this is the area in the center of the face that I want the most coverage. So I'll start dabbing there. So I'll just dab a little bit. And I'm sorry, I'm using this without a mirror. And then I'll start kind of tapping the product around my face. And you don't want to go like this because you'll get the product in your lines. And then I'll start bringing it down into my beard a little bit and just tapping and just rubbing just a little bit to get the product evenly distributed. And then down in the beard. This is kind of hard to do without a mirror. And then, so I need to take a little bit more of the product because I want to get it on my neck because I want it to blend. You know, we don't want to be clockable, so we want it to blend down the neck so it doesn't look like we're wearing makeup. So this might be look a little crazy because I'm doing it without a mirror. I need to get a mirror. And this mirror is now all smudged. So I think we have it pretty well laid down. I'm gonna do just a little bit on my eyes. I went to Waterworld and I burned the crap out of my eyes. So I don't know if you can see that. I had sunscreen on and I was rubbing them in the chlorine, and so like my eyes are a little burnt. So this is a good telltale sign. So anyway, so this is it applied, and I get a lot of sunlight in my apartment from this side. So this is like the true tell sign. You can see that it doesn't really look like I'm wearing makeup. I just look kind of evened out a little bit, and I just look a little more matte, not so oily from the sunscreen. So anyway, I hope you can get a good look at what I look like right now. And then, like I said, I'll take you through the day and show you what this does. One last step in my routine that I've been using is the Anastasia Clear Brow Gel. I don't know if you can see that. Yes. Anyway, this is the Anastasia Clear Brow Gel. So I have pretty bushy brows, and so I have been trying to tame them a little bit. I've been trying it out. So we're going on this journey together. So this is what the wand, it looks like a mascara wand, which looks kind of scary, right? But what I like to do is start kind of like on the center out, and then I'll just brush them straight across. I've been trying to brush them up. I've been trying to brush them straight across. I think I like straight across better. So I'll just brush them straight across. And then I won't dip back in because I don't want too much product. I'll just turn the brush a little bit so that the other side is now on my other brow, and I'll just do the same thing on the other side. So I'm just doing it straight out. So my brows are just kind of set in place, like straight out. Not up, not to the side. Just straight out, and they're just kind of in place now. So this doesn't make them too crunchy, because that's what I didn't want, is something that, you know, my brows are just super crunchy throughout the day, and like you can just really tell that I have them like glued down, but it just kind of gives them like a little bit of shape and puts them in place. So I've been liking this. I'm still trying to figure out what direction I like to go with them. When I was doing it up, that's a little bit more of a feathery brow, so I kind of like that, but I don't know, we're feeling it out. So yeah, so that's the brows. Like I said, I have really thick brows, so I don't really need to fill them in at all. I just kind of want to give them a little more shape, you know what I mean? A little more definition than just having like wonky, crazy brows, especially like, because your face is gonna be like nice and, you know, evened out right now and everything. So, and then I just put on a little chapstick. And it kind of brightens up my eyes, or my lips, and just adds a little moisture. And that's the only time I add chapstick during the day, is just like when I'm done with the face. So anyway, that is the application. So pretty easy, couple steps. All we did was the primer with the sunscreen, the mattifying pore filling primer, the powder, and the brow gel. So easy steps, and that's it for this. And I will take you through the day and show you how it wears, and show you how many times you need to touch up, all that kind of stuff. And yeah, so anyway, I will see you in a little bit. Hello, here is my check-in. I'm sitting in traffic on my way home from showings. It's about 6 hours later, and I'm a little shiny, but not bad. Like that combination of the Tatcha sunscreen primer and then the matte Smashbox primer really helps cut down the oil. Like if I didn't put that on, I would be an oily hot mess, but still looks pretty good. Still has a little bit of coverage, you know, still looking cute. So I think this is where I'm going to say goodbye. Thank you so much for joining me on this Fenty Pro Filter Matte Powder Foundation. I don't know if I want to call it a review because I've already been using it and I like it quite a bit. It handles pretty well. Actually, I like it. So anyway, and they have a really good shade range. Like they're one of the very few brands that has like the olive skin tone that I need. So anyway, thank you so much for hanging out with me. Subscribe so that you can see all the rest of my journey as I find the perfect man makeup. And yeah, leave your recommendations if you have any down below in the comments. And I will check you on my next video. Thank you so much, and bye-bye.